Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap morning market analysis and trade level setup for Wednesday, October the 30th, 2013. For those that are visiting or watching this video after the fact, this is Quantum Leap. We are a self-organized learning environment. Each morning we come together and we go through our morning routine and market analysis in order to set up our trade level. My name's Doug McKay. I'm the head moderator and founder of Quantum Leap. If you want to come and check out our Skype room, it is a 24-hour Skype chat. You'll need a Skype account, of course. It's free to set up and very quick to do. Send me a Skype request at Doug_McKay. I'll be the one from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Quantum Leap has been around for about 4 years now, and we're a self-organized learning environment. Okay, need to get the legals out of the way. This information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand the knowledge of the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or investment decisions you make. Trading futures or any instrument involves risk loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to your financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors could lose more than initial investment. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please do your own due diligence, trade your own plan. So the first thing we like to do in the morning is just go take a look at our macro to micro numbers. Of course, no surprise, as it has been the pattern, we went in and put a all-time high, year high in the Globex at 1773.25. We actually put one in the extended session, but then we went overnight and put another new one in at 1773.25. So, very strong move still. Our week open 1753.75. Of course, our all-time high and our low is 1751.50. This has got to be changed as well. You can notice that our Globex numbers continue to trend up on the general level. Our opens are trending up. We had an open option out of range yesterday. Went and put a new high in the RTH, but then we went and put a new high in the Globex. And you can see all our intraday numbers are all trending up. So this is still very strong to the upside. For news tomorrow, before the news, our extended session, our full session high and low, our full session ATR targets. The ATR target above is 1784.50. The full session ATR target below is 1754.50. Of course, the big news is going to be the FOMC later on this afternoon. We did have ADP and CPI gave us a little bit of a move, but the big one, everything's going to be looking at the 1 o'clock. Of course, we do have crude at 9:30. Next thing I'd like to do is take a look at the macro to micro trend, just to make sure we know where we are within the trend. You can see that the monthly is very strong, good slope and separation on the 9 EMA and 20 SMA. We're trading above all-time highs, above last month's numbers. Trend is very much intact on the monthly. On the weekly, same thing. We had a little bit of weakness. We came down here and had our first close below the 20 SMA, but we've popped up. We tried to get back down there and have a second close, but the government settlement popped us back up. We've now got slope and separation to the upside. Got a little bit of a tech gap here on the weekly. On the daily, you can see we've gone parabolic, and we've got a very, very strong trend. Good slope and separation on the 9 and the 20 prices, paralleling the 9 EMA quite nicely. Going over to the geometrics charts, we broke out of that one modified shift chart, shift fork that I had added in. But the most important thing is the long-term fork that we've been following for a while. we had broken above this energy point here and the center line of both the the shorter term fork and the longer term fork, and we were looking for a move to test the upper band of the longer term fork, and that move today will bring us up into 1775, which is right at our ATR target for the day. And then of course if we do get a big move off of the FOMC, you could look for that 1798, and of course the big number above, which is 1800, and the measured move that we've got up here at 1808 area. Take a look at where we are in the shorter term trends. I didn't want that one, I wanted this one. You can see that we've been in this upward sloping channel, and we're coming up and we're just testing the upward slope. So I'm looking for some type of reaction here and looking for a rotation off of it. You can even probably look for a move down to 1765 area, or more importantly the 1764.50, which is our close for the RTH. But the trend is very much still intact right now. We've got good slope and separation on the 9 and the 20 on the 4-hour. Going over to the 30-minute, we've got a little bit of a rollover here. Came down. We're closing. We're trying to close below the 9 and the 20. Got a naked cross down here at 1767 and a quarter. So we've rejected the upward channel line, and we've rolled over a bit. In fact, there was a really nice head and shoulder pattern that played out right to the tick on the 5-minute earlier. I posted it in the room. You got your left shoulder right here, your head, your right shoulder right here, your neckline, and the measured move was down here to 69.75, and we hit it to the tick before we rotated back up to the 20 SMA, and now we've rejected the 20 and got below the 9, and we're getting some downward pressure right here. Possible, if we continue to move down, possible inverted cup, but we have to wait to see if that sets up. But the trend on the shorter term has rolled over for the time being. Let's go over to the volume profile composite. We've got another gap that we left here. We've got how many gaps still unfilled from this move? 1, 2, 3, and now 4 gaps that have not been filled. We're currently trading above the RTH high from yesterday. If we get back inside of this day, I'd be looking for a move back to the CHVN. Again, that's that area where the naked cross is, as well as the 64. It's not yesterday's RTH close at 67. What was the 64? Sorry, I meant to just, it had popped out at me earlier. The VPOC, sorry, it's the RTH VPOC from yesterday. We'll get to that when we get to the RTH session. So the big numbers below are 67 and a quarter, 64.50, 61.75. The other side of balance right now is down at 1759, and if we get through there, then I'd be looking for a test of the value area high of this microcomposite at 55.50, with the big number below right now at 1750, and then the ultimate target that we're waiting for a retrace to is down here, is that 1738.75, which is the microcomposite VPOC and the most dominant price point right now in this new territory. I mean, this composite is basically brand new, and lots of unauctioned areas that have to come back and be tested again. But right now, this market just doesn't want to go down, and nobody knows how high it's going to go. It's going to be interesting on the Fed whether or not we get some type of a blow-off top or a big retracement, but I'm thinking we could just end up with a neutral day overall. Let's take a look at our Globex numbers and move those over to our trading chart. 1773.75 is our overnight high. Sorry, 73 and a quarter. Our current VPOC overnight Globex is 1772. I don't anticipate that to change based on where we're trading, but it can shift. And our overnight low is 1765.75. So currently, yet again, if we stay above the 68 area for the next 35 minutes approximately, we're going to open auction outer range again, and this is the same scenario that keeps playing out. So I mean, really, it's just the same thing we've got to look at. I mean, I'm going to be trading off of the 68 area. I'm anticipating, possibility of coming down and testing the range high, rejecting the range, and then going up and taking out the overnight VPOC and the overnight high and putting in a brand new high. Or if we get responsive initiative buyers stepping in right off the get-go, a push up to take out the high, sellers stepping in, rotating us back down to test the range. If we get inside of the range, our gap close is 67.50. And then the first area of resistance you want to look at is this 1766 area. You've got the LVN, you've got the overnight low, and you've got the value area high. So this will be another area that I'll be doing business, is right here. And then if we can get through that, then we're inside of the value area, and we're coming down to test take out the naked VPOC and the HVN of the upper distribution. We've got a double distribution on the intraday profile. Generally, you will get a test of both distributions within the next couple sessions. We don't know if it's going to be this session, but obviously a very key area is going to be that afternoon swing low and the LVN down here at the 63 area. So that will be another area that I'll be looking to do business. And then your HVN below is here at 1761. Value area low is, 1761.75, just above the open from yesterday. And then the value area low is 1761. This will be another area that I'll be looking to do business. And then the range low from yesterday is 59. We still have a naked cross down here at 58.75, one at 57.50, and then the naked VPOC. And I was talking to Howard about this yesterday. Is we've got so many naked VPOCs below us right now that are all within the weekly ATR range. So I mean, we've got a lot of business below. It's just right now it's how long can we keep going up before we get some type of a significant rotation. I mean, the risk is still to the upside, but it's hard to buy anything up here because you're buying at all-time highs. So you really have to, the real trade right now is to the short side. I mean, I don't see how you can, might take some scalps to the upside, but all the risk is to the upside. The real movement, and direction's got to be. You got to start thinking to the downside now. Not that I'm trying to call a top, but at some point in time we have to have some type of a rotation. Let's take a look at the Keltner. See where those numbers line up. So a test of the upper Keltner line will take us up to 73.75, which will test the all-time high and the overnight high. A move down to test the center line will bring us down to 1768.25, which will test the range high and the close, and then a test of the lower Keltner will bring us down to 1762.75, which brings us down into the LVN of the double distribution, from yesterday. So again, my main hypothesis is, to come down and either, off the open, we've got to look for initiative buyers. If we get initiative buyers, then I'm looking for a move to take out the 72 and 73, seller stepping in, coming down and testing the range. We kind of did an opposite the other day where we came down and tested this, then went up and then came back down later on. But at some point in time during the day, I'm looking for a move to break inside of yesterday's range, go take out the low, test the first LVN and the overnight low, take that out, test the value area, and come down and at least take out the naked VPOC and test this area. I'm expecting some strong buying to step in here at the 63 area, and then we could see a rotation back up, and how high that rotation. But remember, we're coming into the Fed, so it's going to be really choppy on the open. It's going to be probably pretty sideways horizontal development going into the Fed. So I would expect probably a range between this 73 and a quarter down to this 64, 63 area. Nothing bigger before then, if we even get that. I mean, it could be a very tight range going in. Probably 5 to 6 points before we see a movement from the Fed. Taking a look at gold, we're still in this area. We had broke below that 51.70. We talked about if we did, we come back down and test the microcomposite VPOC and possibly the other side of balance down at 37 and a quarter. We've done that. They rotated back up. They're above the 51.70, so the same hypothesis plays out. If we hold 51.70, look for the test of the range high at 61, and the first target being that 63 area, second target 66, but the big target above is still up in that 87, 88 area where we had those two major balance areas up here. Otherwise, I think we'll just chop around in here. If we get below 51.70, look for the rotation back to the microcomposite VPOC at 47, 1340 again, and test the other side of balance at 37 and a quarter. But the big number below is still down there at that 1318 area. And that doesn't change. So, I mean, basically rinse and repeat and use the same levels that we saw, yesterday and the day before and the day before that. That is everything that I've got. Howard doesn't seem to be in the room. Usually at this point in time we'd move over and have him do his analysis, but he's not here. So we'll keep this short today. This will conclude the morning session for Quantum Leap. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.